Right. Paul, I believe your football origins were with Tamworth youth and then had spell at Stafford Rangers before being sold with the likes of Stan Collymore to combat the financial crisis at the club. What memories do you have at that time? Was it a connection with Stafford there, and was Stan there at the same time as you?
Yeah, Stan was there. We overlapped by a few months, but before I went to Stafford, I did the non-league circuit around Birmingham, Paget Rangers, Boldmere, etc. And then a good friend of mine, John Nugent, took over a club called Armitage 90, obviously in 1990.
Right.
So I went there and had a season there, did quite well, and Stafford Rangers bought me from Armitage, and it was Chris Wright and Brian Kenny who were the management team there at the time, who I've known a long time, still keep in touch with even there. I think I had about 14, 15 months at Stafford.
What league was they in then?
Stafford were in the conference then.
Right.
We were in the conference obviously, and Stan was there, and like I say, we overlapped each other by a couple of months, played a few games with Stan. You know, even at that stage you could tell.
Yeah,
you know,
a little bit of something about him.
Yeah, he was special. He was a special talent. And you know, luckily enough, I was fortunate to move on from there to Nats County with, you know, Neil Warnock to the chance and saw me from Stafford. So yeah, great memories, and you know, we played in the first round of the FA Cup as well against Burnley, which was a big occasion. So yeah, very, very happy memories.
Okay, I guess your emergence coincided with the game becoming more of a results business. Managers under increasing pressure perhaps viewed wingers as creative players as something of a liability. Do you agree it was therefore essential for players like yourself to incorporate an industrious facet to the game, or risk not making the grade, or was that already in your game? Do you mean that a lot of people like Peter Barnes or whatever would have been seen as a bit of a liability? The game kind of evolved where a lot of managers wouldn't take a chance with that type of guy.
I think as my career sort of went on, the defensive side of it,
you had to adapt,
came into it more and more. I think gone are the days now where you say, stick a left and a right wing down, just hold it right there.
More's the pity, because it's a great,
you know,
we're in a greater side in football, is there?
I think just naturally, if you are a natural left or right winger, I think that sort of style of play dictates that you're not going to be the best defender in the world anyway.
That's right.
But yeah, I definitely felt that more and more the tracking back, you know, and having to defend became more prevalent in the game. And I do think it took a little bit away from the attacking side of it, but at the end of the day, if that's what the manager wants, that's what you have to adapt to and do.
Yeah, okay. Your time at Notts County included some notable achievements, including that seminal Charlie Palmer game, where you beat arch rivals Notts Forest 2-1, plus the following season a Wembley appearance when beaten at Scolo 2-1 in the much maligned Anglo Cup final, which included German international Oliver Bierhoff in that lineup. Can you remember much about that?
Yeah, I remember it very clearly. We were very fortunate at Notts County in that we got to the final 2 years.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it was 2 Wembley appearances in 2 years, which was fantastic. And I remember we lost the first one to Brescia, and they had probably the best player I ever played against.
George Hadji.
Hadji played that day, and I still say he's probably the best I played against.
Yeah.
You know, so it was an honour to be on the same pitch as him. And then we were fortunate the next year to play Ascoli, obviously with the likes of Bierhoff and that, and we won. I think in that spell when it was played over those few years, we were the only English team to win it.
Yeah, the last English team.
So to win it and get 2 Wembley appearances was fantastic. And then obviously with the likes of Charlie Palmer that you're on about, we had a real great team spirit there. There's some real good lads, and the Forest game, as you mentioned, I remember that clearly as well.
He's a cult hero now, isn't he?
Yeah, Charlie, great lad Charlie. I just remember him scoring the goal. I think that was one of the few that he ever scored in his career.
That's the last competitive game between the two clubs, isn't it? So you got, you know,
But I just remember running after Charlie, trying to catch him, and I think that was the quickest I ever saw him move. And somebody, the local press caught a good picture of me about 10 yards beyond trying to chase him. But I remember those things quite clearly.
Brilliant. Your move to Birmingham proved productive with you scoring 17 goals in 38 games during the 96-97 season. Was Trevor Francis boss there at the same time as you, and how did you enjoy working with him? What was he about?
That was Barry Fry.
Oh, Barry Fry bought you.
Signed myself and Andy Legg.
Oh, right.
And Barry was brilliant. I mean, what you said,
a real character.
Great character. Great character and a lovely man. I had a good sort of first 18 months there. And then
was that your best goals return? I think it was.
Yeah, probably. I would think so. You know, I got 7 in 15 when I went there, and then I was top scorer of the season after I got 19 goals. But I never really saw eye to eye with Trevor. So even though I was player of the year and top goal scorer in Trevor's first full season there, I think the writing was always on the wall from day one. And
is that the case? He wasn't his type of player typically, then, or was it a personality clash?
I think a bit of everything really. And then obviously he made some high-profile signings when he came in: Mike Newell, Paul Furlong, Steve Bruce, Gary Ablett, Barry Horn. And I think he just wanted to put his own stamp on the team. But I think it was a case because I was there and doing well. he couldn't really leave me out at the time. But I always felt that my time was numbered with
Yeah, okay. Your time at Sheffield United included the controversial FA Cup fifth round ties against star-studded Arsenal team. It resulted in a rematch with the same outcome regards 2-1 reverse. What recollections do you have of those games? Massive games, wasn't they?
Yeah, massive games. Obviously going down to Highbury. You know,
so close as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, we done right, and I think it was for the goal that you're on about when Steve Bruce wanted us to all walk off. They should have really threw the ball back to us. We're all walking away expecting it's going to be thrown back to the
The unwritten law sort of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I think they threw it to Mark Overmars. I'm pretty sure he was ran down the line, crossed it, and Carlos tapped it in.
That's right, man.
So there was uproar, and obviously, you know, Steve was going to pull us off, and there was a bit of to and fro in between the bench and the referee. And eventually the game was, you know, we lost the game, but you know, fair play to Arsenal. They said we'll have a replay. But even looking back at it now, I think we were holding out for a draw then, and we'd have got them back at Bramall Lane on a Tuesday night.
A massive difference,
which would have been a big difference to us. And like you rightly said, we played the game again and we lost 2-1, but it could have been different. But we done well in both games.
Was you going quite well at the time though? Was you in good form?
Yeah, we were going okay. And obviously getting Arsenal back to a muddy Bramall Lane on a Tuesday night up in Sheffield. You know,
quite a leveler, wouldn't it?
We'd have fancied ourselves.